Hello, my Virgo collective. So I am here today to give you a message. The one that I'm going to be focusing on is what is changing in your life, right? So I'm going to be pulling two of these cards. These are not easy to shuffle, FYI. That's why I just go through them and pick something out. But this will tell us what's changing. And then I have cards to let you know what you should look out for, what you should do. And if you continue to be the person that you are exactly right now and not wanting to change and get any advice from any of this reading, this is how things are going to turn out so far. All right. So the first card that flew out is the Father. That's interesting. Okay. The second one is the Underworld. Okay, the reason I say it's interesting, okay, if you notice, one side of the Father card, it looks very much like the Underworld, and the other one looks like a strong tree. Um, Look, the Father has this thing where the energy of the Father has this thing where, like, they provide, they give, and the way they show love is the way that isn't too nurturing, which provides a lot of distortion when it comes um, to us in the future, right? Because we get to this point where we're like, our father never loved us. Things weren't that well, blah, 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 homeless stuff, and we are thinking very, very negative, right? And the Underworld talks about going into those deep feelings that you don't allow yourself to feel, that are actually distorting your view of the world. Okay, now if you guys see my astrology or you see anything, any of the other videos that I put out, I've been talking about how 2025 is an energy of taking accountability and responsibility for our lives. Okay, we got put in certain families and in certain dynamics. Your energy doesn't feel dual; it feels like one thing that is hugely going to be changing, and this is your belief system when it comes to the paternal energy in your life. If they were not present, if they lived in the house but there was a lot of turmoil between you and the masculine figure and the feminine figure in your household, it doesn't matter how your father presented, but the fact that the father is here with the underworld energy, there is some like dark shadow energy inside of you that you haven't processed 100%, that is going to be rearing its head um, around for the next few months for you to address this. And what they want is for you to take the energy of the underworld, right? This dark, nasty, rotten energy, and transition it over to this energy. Um, I feel like as humans, we have a tendency of holding our parents up as to a high pedestal. We forget that they're humans. We forget that they just don't have the answers or stuff. We forget that they can fuck up just as fast and bad as we do, right? Yes, many of us have a lot of emotional, psychological, physical trauma that we need to overcome due to the energy that they provided for us, right? Um, Nice thing is that nowadays mental health is a big thing. People are actually becoming very aware of the need for mental health, and there is counseling. There's a lot of different services that can help you process that, and I do recommend, if you are going through shadow work like this, that it has a way of helping you get out of your head. Sometimes friends and family members are not good to talk to about this situation because they have like an agenda, like a belief system themselves, and we don't need yes men. You know, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. We need a person that is like, okay, you are right, but why are you holding on to that? Like, how is that helping you? Is it helping you or hurting you? How can you evolve past that? How can you move um, towards a different direction towards that? You don't have to try to go and mend a relationship you don't want to mend, but let's talk about how we can possibly work in a way that this negative thing that happened to you can be used in a uplifting, positive way. Because let's be honest, if you're still around right now, then you are like a strong MFer, because you were able to overcome this. And yes, you're not perfect. Yes, you have a whole mess of mistakes. Yes, you've had a whole mess of drama, but you're still alive. How many people would have tapped out already? You didn't, right? And so I'm letting you know that what is changing is first the resurgence of this ugly energy that you're holding onto from paternal energy, masculine energies in your life, and then the potential to make it go from dark to light. But then that depends on you, right? So what you should look out for, I'm going to do 3 cards for each, but this time I'm going to just take them all out at once, because this feels like one topic, not 2. Okay. Yep. It definitely is feelings. Shut up and you showed up. Um, those are the first 3. And this is interesting because Cancer came up here, Taurus came up here. Wow, that 12th house is being impacted to a lot of signs right now. I'll bring them up, I promise. I just want to get all 6 out first. Okay. So the first thing that comes out is Cancer, and it's talking about feelings, attitudes from the past about, you see, this is a dad thing, and use your intuition and so what I'm seeing with this card, right, is that this Mars retrograde in Cancer is literally like stirring the shit within you, and it's bubbling up. Okay, this energy of the Mars retrograde in Cancer, important for you to know, will be present until the 23rd of February, which literally means that you still have, based on the date that I'm making this video, a few weeks that you're going to have to be dealing with this caca. I would use it for my benefit to grow and expand, but not everybody wants to deal with the same thing. Secondly, Virgo shows up, and it says methods for the healing power of. You see, this is talking about healing this, okay? The analysis results from the perfectionism of. And see, and this goes back to what I was telling you before I even pulled these cards out, where first of all, you're a Virgo, so you're very grounded. Things have to make sense. Everything is a checklist. Like a good father has to check, right? But that doesn't give room for like humanity or for emotions and willpower and all that kind of stuff. And the fact that, we don't come with blueprints. Like, I'm a parent of 4. I tell that to my kids all the time. Like, most of the time I'm winging it, dudes. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm trying, and it's like, and if we talk, we can help each other in this, but if we don't talk, then you're just, I'm flying in this direction, and you're just gonna have to keep up, and so I'm like, it's important for parents to have a discussion with their children, but that's not a thing that happens all the time. And if it's from the past, it's not like if you can go back and be like, I'm going to remove that and add this. Well, yeah, you can. That's quantum fixes, and that's something else, and that's magical shit. But in the layman's perspective, I can't go back and erase the past. So let's focus on what we can do right now and be practical about this, because you're a Virgo, you're practical, right? Let's be practical about this. How can I effectively help myself to overcome this trauma that is literally impacting many aspects of my life? Wow, this is hurting my throat space. Somebody, let me just drink some water. Somebody of the collective definitely doesn't want to talk about this with anybody. But it is something that needs to be hashed out. You're supposed to be able to elevate past it. There was a lesson that you had to learn from that. It fucking sucks, but sometimes that happens, right? And then we have Pluto here, which is talking about resurrection, get to the heart of, do or die, you must. And Pluto is an ish, okay? Because we have Aquarius and Pluto, which means we can't hide, we can't put a mask, we can't conceal this ugly that we're hiding inside, right? It's gonna bubble up, and we have years for this because, it doesn't come out till 2040 something or something else, right? So we have years of having to deal with this turmoil because Aquarius is literally saying, did you forget? Did you forget? Did you forget? So if you don't start processing it now, these next 20 something years, you're just going to be like slapped in the face occasionally with this thought process because Aquarius wants you to heal it. So Pluto and Cancer right now for you Virgos are stirring up the things that you have really deep inside of you, and it has a lot to do with the paternal energies around you. And then we have the energy of the 12th house that says seeking oneness, philanthropy, keeping your involvement hidden. But this is, I feel like, what you're being called to do at this moment is to make yourself whole again. Because what we don't realize is that the more we give that person power, it's their fault. I can't believe I had to go through this because of them, blah, 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 whole mess of stuff. We give them our power and we debilitate ourselves, and we break parts of ourselves off over and over again until we're just like crumbles. And you deserve to live a life whole, not in pieces. You deserve to live a life where you're heard, you're seen, you're validated. But the one that has to hear you is you. The one that has to see you is you. And the one that has to validate you is you. It's not this person. And then we have the energy of Aries that says willpower. What you think you know about, and do it your own way. And this is, again, exerting your will, being the leader, knowing that you know what it is because of the expression and the energy and what you live through. You know what that paternal energy is not, right? And because you know what that paternal energy is not, you have the divine right to choose somebody as your partner that does not express that paternal energy. And you have the divine right to be an expression in another person's life that does not negatively impact that personal energy. Like, you won't be that person. And maybe that's the whole reason why you had to have that expression, because unless you live that, you wouldn't be able to realize, hey, that's not what I want, and that's not how it should be. And because you're a Virgo, you have such a good way of creating that into existence. Because you're so earthy, you can ground these belief systems into this world and change this paternal energy for the collective. One person that makes a difference. Because when we consciously clear and heal, we send those energies towards the collective consciousness, which then affect us and we change. And then we have the 5th house that says, with the trust of a child, fun, romantic, and making art, do it dramatically. And this is literally remembering how it is to have fun and be that kid, right? Because you lost that in this bitterness. Like, what we don't realize is these wounds that we carry, they close our heart space, right? And they make us dark. And when we close our heart space and they make us dark, we lose our ability to make a difference in the world in the way that would be perfect for us. We lose our magic because we close our heart. And that is what needs to be healed, like an expression of this, a healing of this, a recall of this. This is not you. This is what you agreed to be, because you allowed for them to tell you who you are. And now it's your turn to say, you know what? I lived the person that you made me be. And I hated that life. And it's my turn to live the person that I want to be. And I'm going to love that life. And so I took out another deck, which is going to talk about what you can do. And again, I'm going to pull out the 6 cards, okay? Shut up. I talk about releasing your magic, and it comes out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. First things I'm seeing is the 10 of coins going to the 8 of swords. What is that telling me? That is telling me that your family dynamic, what you believe about life, has you mentally trapped. It has you actually mentally sick, right? Because that mother is tending to a child's head like a fever, and it's like it's making your head feverish. The anger just like goes all over the place, and it distorts your reality and the perception that you have for everybody around you. And then because your aura lowers in such a way, like your energy lowers in such a way, you emanate, I want to say, a song that sounds distorted, and then you repel people that could potentially raise you up, and you attract people that are going to keep you in that low frequency. And so, but look at, I just told you about magic, and look at this. The magic card came out, the magician card came out, and it came out with a 9 of wands. Right here, you have the tools in your disposal. That means you have a voice to speak. You have emotions, intuition, to feel. You have the wands that help you take action, and you have the pentacles that are talking about material resources that can help you process the situation and move forward, right? And as you're looking at this, this is talking about use the tools at your disposal. It doesn't matter which tools, how much you have them, how much you don't, how you can create it. You have something that you can use to free yourself. Okay, if it's the magic way, doing cord cuttings and rituals, and shadow work and whatever to release yourself, or something more clinical, technical, where you go to a counselor and you have you speak to them, and you start unraveling this nasty like knot inside of you so that you can release yourself. Okay, but you have that, and then here it's talking about. Let me cover up this energy right here. We have the Empress card with the Tower card. Okay. So what I'm seeing is in the Empress card is in reverse. And this is what I was telling you before. So everybody has a divine masculine and divine feminine inside of them, except that would be the Emperor and the Empress inside of them. The Empress being upside down means that she is limited and she is crippled. And the reason she's limited and she's crippled is because she's using all her abundance, creation, energy of life to feed the wounded inner child that you have, right? So if a mom, and this goes back to this card, and this is me speaking personally because I am a mom. If a mom has a lot of obligations to do, right? They work, they have things to do outside the work, and blah 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 blah, but their kid is broken, like their kid is sick, their kid is needing of them. All that doesn't freaking matter. What matters is attending to their kids. What you don't realize is that because you have this inner child wound, your divine feminine energy, which is the one that you use to give you creativity, to give you abundance, to give you multiplication, to give you growth and expansion, she can't work for you to help you manifest because she's too busy healing and taking care of the wounded bird that you are inside. So the Tower card is saying that needs to break and destroy so that you can be able to evolve and move forward. I hope the person that hears this message fully understands what I'm talking about. There you go. And then we have, if you stay the one you are right now, the wounded bird, how is things going to end up for you? I just realized I held these. Okay. Two came out. I just need one more. Look at that. You're going to turn into Ice Queen. And this is where I'm saying this, because we have the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, which is creating barriers and blocks, because you have pain, Three of Swords. If you continue how you are right now and you do not want to deal with the situation, You become the ice queen, the thing that let the heart freeze over, that your words hurt people, your actions might hurt people. You think very logically. You become the narcissist that you're fighting against, you know? And then you create walls and barriers where nobody can reach you. And then it's like then you're sad and you're alone and you're bitter and you're thinking to yourself, why? And it's because you created these walls, right? And so I guess I'm sending out a plea to you, to really take the time to process this wound that you're carrying, right? Um, to heal it, because you have something that you came in this world to do. You have something that you came in this world to change and evolve. You came here to feel joy, not to feel misery. And like the only way you're going to be able um, to feel that joy is if you do that. If you do that hard work of really delving deep of how much that hurt you and broke you apart, and crumbling down the way that you need to crumble, but then making something new from the ashes that remain. I hope this helps you, and we'll see you the next time.